Good evening, everybody. This is Davey Jones with Coach's Corner West on the WQEL YouTube page. Brought to you in part tonight by Adam Weisner and the Associates in Advanced Fiber Technology, Coach Tim Plumley at Mohegan Sports Medicine Rehabilitation, Matt Studer Spitzer, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Kia, a mile east of the Richland Mall, Rob Lust at Edgefield Animal Clinic Marion, Matt Ramsey, John Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Highland, and all the associates at Bucyrus Blade, serving worldwide markets since 1951, and Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe, South Poplar Street, West Warren, Bucyrus. Coach Tim Plumley to my immediate left here, and Coach beat Mississinawa Valley, for better term, that's what we're calling it. M Valley, 48-20. You know, taking nothing away from your victory, but the Blackhawks actually were a lot better team this year than they were last year. Is that fair?
No, I agree. I agree with you. They came out in that first quarter and were real aggressive, and you know, they had a handful of really good players, and they kind of put us on our heels in the beginning, and it took us a quarter to adjust.
What did you have to adjust to? I mean, I was a little surprised by their first touchdown. Number one, the guy got around the corner really fast. Number two, we missed a few tackles in that.
We did. I think the first quarter they probably came out with just a touch bit more intensity. I thought we had in pregame. I thought we were ready to go, and we're looking pretty good. But I think they came out really kind of hit us a little bit and surprised us, but we adapted and
Coach, I was walking through the gates to get to the ballpark. At the same time they walked through, and I go, well, these kids are a little bit big. They're some good-sized boys in this team.
They do. They were a much better team, I think, this year than they were last year. So
you were quoted, Blackhawks stacked the box and challenged Bucyrus to throw it. And I thought, duh? Yeah. That's pretty stupid.
I think it's just who they are and what they do. When you watch the scrimmage, they're going to try to make teams throw it on them.
Obviously, they don't remember Malachi from last year.
Yeah, well, you know, we do throw it, but I've always said that we're going to do what it takes to win. If we run it, we won't throw it as much if we run it well. But the numbers in the defense they were playing it just worked out that we needed.
You did it.
Yeah, it worked out that we needed to throw.
Malachi, 22 of 32 for 333 yards. 5 touchdown passes, one to Joel Rager, who is here this evening. Blaine
Bartow.
Blaine Bartow, cannot read my writing. Blaine Bartow. Blaine had a couple of touchdown receptions, and Randy Banks, right?
Yep.
Had a couple of touchdown receptions. So we had a lot of receivers who were pretty happy guys.
Yeah, we have a good depth in our skill guys. We have a lot of guys that can catch the ball. Malachi was very accurate, made good throws, and the guys up front gave him plenty of time. So,
actually, Malachi probably could have had a little bit better stats than that because we had a few that were blocked.
We did, and you know the challenge in that is that you bounce back from it. It's going to happen, but I have great confidence in all of our receivers.
2 rushing touchdowns as well. Malachi with a 5-yard in the fourth quarter, and Blaine Bartow with a 2-yard in the fourth quarter.
Yep, I thought Blaine ran the ball really hard, and in the second half we kind of took over up front and we ran the ball more.
Just a little bit of stats. Doubled up on them, a little bit more doubled up on them. First downs, 20-9. Passing yards, they didn't do bad. 222 yards through the air.
Yep, they had a couple big plays. That number 13 for them was a hard matchup. The big and strong kid.
Okay, why was it a hard matchup? Big and strong.
Big and strong, and he's athletic. And a couple balls he just caught over the corners or the receiver or the safeties that were there.
All right. So, rushing, we were about 50% better, 142 to 93. Total offense, 475 to 315. You got to be reasonably. How'd you feel after the game? But it's always nice to have a nice win in the game.
Yeah, it's always great to get a win week 1, and that first week you never quite know how it's going to come out. How you're going to open up. There's still lots of things that you're trying to get in and work on. The thing I'm most happy about is that actually they came out and put together a good quarter, and then we responded.
All right.
So we responded to that.
Anything about this game surprise you? Obviously, you were pleased with the final results, but did anything about this game surprise you?
Mississinawa surprised me. They were a physical team. They were much improved from last year. I think we're going to see them get a few more wins this year.
All right, very good. We're going to break for a second. We got players in the room, and we're going to talk to them here in just one moment. Our show brought to you in part on the WQL Facebook page by Lee Plymel, Brad Seibert, Plymel Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Gallion, Hannah Newton at Wendy's downtown Bucyrus, Upper Sandusky, North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, Bucyrus, Vince Ponziani and all the associates of Waycraft Industries, Rod Steiger and everybody at Pizza Hut, Bucyrus and Gallion, the host of this show since 1992. And the Burkhart family at Burkhart Farm Sales and Case IH dealer on the Manatee Winchester Road. Players around the table. To my immediate right, I have Ethan Huff, Sawyer Cooper, and Joe Rader. And down at the end of the table, we have Mason Gebhardt. We're going to go Ethan Huff first of all. And Ethan, talk to me a little bit about your role on this football team this year.
I'm the kicker for the football team.
You had a pretty good night, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I believe I had 4 field goals. I did end up having 1 block, though.
Mm-hmm. It was a PATs, right?
Yeah.
PATs. You did have 1 block. Well, it was on the way to the uprights when it happened, right?
Yeah, it was just a guy that snapped before. It's his first year doing it, so he's still working on it and figuring things out with that.
If he's going to do it, let's do it when we're winning 48-20 instead of 7-6, right?
Yeah.
All right. Is kicking, that's all you do? Do you do the punting and
no, Randy Banks does the punting. I just do the kickoff and then the point afters.
the PATs?
Yeah.
All right. So any chance you get in on special teams or anything like that?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit? All right. What are your goals for this year, buddy?
I'd like to get a couple field goals. I mean, definitely extend my range. I'd like to.
What is your range?
The max in game I've hit a 35, but in practice I've hit 50 before.
All right. What do you have to do in order to hit 50? First of all, have the opportunity, right?
Yeah, and then, I mean, depending on the day, I mean, you know, some days are better than the other, and also the wind. If you get wind in your back, it'll add, you know, 5-7 yards to your
How about wind right to left or left to right? That, you gotta calculate for that as well.
Yeah, kind of. That's what pregame warm-ups are for. Kind of figure out where you need to aim for the game at different distances. Figure out where you need to go for game time.
All right, pretty good, buddy. I appreciate you coming by. Sawyer Cooper immediately to his right. Sawyer, your positions on the team?
I'm the guard and linebacker.
Okay, so you're offensive guard.
Yep.
And you know, inside linebacker, outside linebacker.
I'm the will.
Middle.
Will, the wing side linebacker.
Okay, wing side. So we used to call that outside linebacker. Is it the same thing then? Okay. So you usually play up back, or you have to kind of plan your attack for the team that's out there.
For the linebackers as a whole, we make it our priority that we read the run first, and then drop back for the pass.
You drop back for the pass. Did you see significant action against them Valley this weekend?
Yeah, I had a few good plays myself and the other linebacker back then. So we both had pretty decent.
You felt comfortable. You get some experience to grow for the future.
Yeah, since I'm very undersized for the position, a lot of people.
How much do you weigh?
135 pounds.
135 pounds. Yeah, that is a little undersized.
Yeah, with that.
You make up for it with speed and determination, though, right?
With me being undersized, a lot of people will underestimate me. So I think I get the better of them through that.
All right, so when they underestimate you, you just stick them a good one, right?
Yep.
All right, buddy, good for you. Also, Mason Gebhardt. Mason, you had some nice defensive plays. I was watching from the press box in the first half, and you were kind of laughing at him when he said he was undersized.
That's Joe.
That's Joe. I'm laughing at Joe. You had some really nice plays this weekend. And Joe, talk to me a little bit about, basically your defense a little bit more than offense, aren't you?
Yeah, more than offense, but I do rotate in at receiver.
Okay, now speak up a little bit.
I do mainly play defense, but I also do rotate in at receiver.
All right, so what do you, talking about your defense, tell me exactly what you do on defense and why you had success this weekend.
I played corner and I got beat on one play, and then the next play they threw it again, and I
You saw it coming then, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I saw you wrap a couple guys pretty good, bring them down. They tried to get around the corner. You wrapped them pretty good. You got some goals this year you'd like to accomplish?
Well, I'd like to get more picks, of course, and obviously score more touchdowns, but also just keep on improving my tackling. I think the past few years, and keep my outside contained.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you coming by. Job well done. And now, at the other end of the table, we have Mason Gifford, right? Yep. You had a nice game this weekend as well, Mason. Defensively, I saw you with some nice wraps. Talk a bit about it. You play defense a little bit more than offense?
I'd say it's my strong suit.
It's your strong side? Okay, so talk a little bit about the position you're playing.
Basically, I'm a strong safety, which my job is either I'm a run support player or in coverage.
Contain, keep him from going around the corner?
Yeah.
Right? You were successful in that. I mean, especially in the first half. I didn't get to see the second half, but especially in the first half. And once you got him wrapped, you pretty much brought him down. So you think we can continue that the rest of the season?
I hope.
That's a goal, right?
That's a goal.
Let's be positive about it. So, other positions other than that defensive position?
I'm my slot receiver, so other than that, that's about it.
All right. Good job for you, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to break for a second, come back, talk to Coach about Danville. Danville's an interesting opponent. We'll talk about that here in just one moment. Our show will brought to you in part tonight by Blythe Friedley and Todd McDougall at Friedley and Company Insurance. And they are located, of course, in Dutchtown. Ted Cooler at Monarch Body Shop up in New Washington. The Ohio State University at Marion, a Big Ten education close to home. Mike Finite Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead and Marion. Dr. Thomas M. Britton at Clubview Vision Center. Dr. Erica Schieber, Bucyrus Veterinary Service at 222 West Mary Street. And Lou and Krebs at Rivers Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing and Signs, Route 309, right across from the Marion Depot. Coach, Danville, remember the K-Man, right?
Yeah.
And that's the same league you were in when you were at Cardington?
Correct.
So what do you know about you? You probably know about East Knox and the average N10 coach.
Yeah, or Danville. Danville has a great history in football. Doug Fry was there before he came here.
Yeah.
They take great pride in their toughness. Last year, I think they were 4-6 and they made the playoffs. But they have most of those guys back. They opened up with Worthington Christian. They had a good win. They have a lot of good players, and they continue to play with great toughness.
All right. What do we know about these guys, and what can we expect? Are they going to throw the ball? Are they going to run the ball?
They will throw it a decent amount. I don't think they'll throw it as much as we have, but they're going to run it if they can. They have a very good running back. Their quarterback can have some broken plays and is dangerous in that, so we have to contain him. And then they play really aggressive up front on defense. They're 3-3 stack, and they get to the ball. So it's going to be a great challenge for us.
Without giving away the game plan, what are we working on this week?
We always worked, like I said, to run the ball first, and if we have success with that, we'll stick with it. But as I always said, we're going to do what it takes for us to move the ball and have success. If we have to throw it, we'll throw it. If we
So
run
you
it,
got to throw it just to keep them honest, don't you?
yeah, 100%. You need to throw it sometimes when they're not expecting you to throw it, and that leads to a little more success.
You get some help from your coaches up in the box when that comes up?
Oh yeah. We have a great coaching staff. Coach Brian Sievert's up top with Coach Garcia, and then the guys on the field have input as well. So.
All right. Good luck this Friday. You're on the road at Danville. We appreciate your time, gentlemen. Thank you much for taking time to come out and talk to us. Bucyrus Redmond, and we're going to break for a moment and come back with the Winford Royals on Coach's Corner West live from Pizza Hut in Bucyrus right after these messages.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.